Hello! It's been a little while since I was in the mood to do one of these readings, and I thought I'd try doing it a little bit different this time. Try to show you a bit of the spread here. And I think what this reading will be about is... So, we've been going through this evolution for some time. Something that I've been awakening to and aware of, and going through the process of clearing my own karma in order to lighten my load, which enables me to be in this space of knowing, trusting, having faith, and really appreciating life on this other level, the level where I can observe all the chaos in the world without being pulled into it. So the places that I get pulled into it are places that I still have karma to deal with, or a soul contract to deal with. And just being aware of that has allowed me to continue on clearing what I have to clear, doing it very efficiently and rapidly, and moving on to the next thing. And meanwhile, I observe and see there are people still suffering, and people still unaware that there is an opportunity to change their lives, to let go of the struggle, and to clear all the old programming. So, no matter what stage you're at in this awakening to the understanding that we can live another way, that we don't have to live in lack, that there's enough for everybody, I want to get some advice on what can you do to assist yourself with this transition? What can you do to assist yourself with the transition we are all going through collectively? And where you are is perfect for you. Where I am is perfect for me. Where she is perfect for her. None of us is wrong. So there's a variety of stages and phases that we can all be in. So this is going to be a general reading, but generally, let's get some advice for where you are in the journey and what can be done at this stage to help you move through where you're at. Just going to put these crystals here. Let's see if I can work with them. And I'm going to use objects. Choose. So it'll be group 1. This is my crab shell. Yes, it's purple. Here's my purple pine cone. What else do we have that's purple? And my purple crown chakra candle. So these are the 3 items to choose from. 1, 2, 3. So let's take some deep breaths. This allows and helps us to get into this receptive mode, hearing our guidance. Because we want our own guidance to guide us to the pile, to the reading that suits us. Okay, so when I do these readings, I'm calling in my guides and my guidance and my higher self, who has a bigger picture view, to work with your guides and higher self to provide a better message, the best message for you. Okay, so of course they're working through my translation, so we're just going to see what comes out. Okay, and now that you've decided, I actually don't have a pen to do timestamps, so I will facilitate that after. I'm going to start with the crab. So first of all, if you chose the crab, you may be feeling really emotional lately. It may be an emotional thing that you're moving through right now in order to clear and be free of the density that we're all clearing now. So the crab is the Cancer energy. So this is, the crab moves sideways, right? And so kind of comes at things from an angle, not head on. And also will retreat if under attack. You know, if you ever have anyone who's a Cancer in your life, then you know that if there's a falling out or a disagreement, that this person will take a lot of time before they'll come back out of their shell to resolve or discuss that. And that's the nature of Cancer energy. So what you may be moving through is something very emotional that it's hard to get to because it's kind of buried in your subconscious right now. Okay, so when I talk about clearing karma and clearing soul contracts and things, these are just simply things that your soul wanted to learn when you came into this incarnation. So it just means there's something emotional, something stored in the emotional body. It may have been there so long that it has now turned into a physical ailment. So you can trace back an emotional issue through the physical ailment that is representing it, and we would look at the metaphysical correlation to the physical ailment in order to trace it back. First card that came out is summer. Everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. So this may be something that you have been working on since summertime. So something that you became aware of that you needed to move through during the summer. So we're coming to the end of the summer. So perhaps you're also coming to the end of the cycle of this. So you're nearing the ending of this issue. So something that you may well be aware of now by the time we're saying these words. Just going to keep shuffling and see what else comes out. So it has to do with an old way of handling emotions. The reason that you're breaking this cycle is so that you can step into the new. The card that came out is goodbye to the old, hello to the new. She is, she knows what she's saying goodbye to here. She's kind of like, she understands what she has to let go of and why. So you probably are aware of what this issue is now. Emotional issue so it's a pain that you haven't wanted to feel because you hadn't felt equipped to feel it or you hadn't been able to access it. Saying everything's okay. You can walk away from this now. The soul contract is complete. It's no longer needed in your life. There may be residual pains because the whole reason that you experienced it was because the energy was anchored in you from an earlier time in your life. And so this most recent thing that happened that you've been working through during the summer is the thing that you're letting go of, and it was rooted in childhood, and you're leaving it behind. It doesn't feel great. That's why they want you to know everything's okay. The reason it doesn't feel great is because you're up against programming that you've had for your whole life. And you've been doing something a certain way your whole life. And now you're being asked to step into the unknown, out of your comfort zone, to allow this possibility of new. Okay. Let's find out what the challenges are with this. What are the challenges? What is this? What's the challenging thing about this? It wasn't clear to you. It wasn't always clear. There was some sort of illusion about it. It's like you thought one thing, but it actually turned out to be another. And part of what you're having to leave behind are some good memories. There are some good things. It's like, but also in where you're going, the new has the possibility to resume old friendships. Definitely rooted in the childhood, definitely something that doesn't feel great to walk away from, but you know that you have to, and it opens up the opportunity for resuming old friendships. So you've already awakened to the fact that this pattern exists in you. Okay. So the challenge is just that. It just feels sad. There's some grieving that has to go on now. Okay, so let's get some advice on how to handle this. How to handle this grieving. Okay, so the illusion involved deception. You may have been just lying to yourself, or somebody actually could have been lying to you. That's a very difficult wounding that will run deep when we don't trust ourselves, when we lie to ourselves, when we tell ourselves a story about the way something is, only to realize later that it wasn't actually that way. So there's self-forgiveness that needs to go on here, but you did your best. You had only so much information to work with. You had your childhood programming to work with. This is part of what your soul came to learn. So there shouldn't be like a need to beat yourself up over this. There's just a lot of forgiveness and love, to help through this. So the advice is stop lying to yourself or others. Be honest. Let's see. Just want to see if there's a couple more cards with that regard. Okay, I won't stuff those back in. Aquarius and 7th house. It's like something to do with your relationships, your partnerships, maybe even open enemies. And Aquarius energy is like forward-thinking energy. So there's something new that can come out of this. This information that you learned about through the way that you were relating can now be utilized for something brand new. It could also be that there was an Aquarius involved in the deception, or in the new friendship that will resume, that will be very helpful to healing your heart and helping you get through this. It could be that. Let's see. The deception could have come through a Pisces. So when I laid these down, it was like Pisces, deception, 7th house Aquarius. That would be your partnerships. But also 7th house can be open enemies. But there's some Pisces and Aquarius energy here. It's asking you to look at what skills you already have. You already have the skills that you need to get through this. Look at what they are. Look at what you have learned from this situation. Have you learned something about yourself that you needed to learn during this process? Anything else that's important here, Spirit? Yes. It's also important to stay grounded. So don't get up in your head about this. Don't let your thoughts take you on a ride and tell you a big story about how this was, or how it was awful, or how it could be different, or anything like that. Ground yourself in the reality. This is what it is. This is what you learned, and this is what you're leaving behind. Ground it. Make it happen. And then know, failure is a part of success. You've learned something very valuable. Do not discount that. The pain is valid and needs to be dealt with as well and allowed. Grief will happen. This is something you have to pass through. So this is not to say to skip that. But remember that on the other side of that, you have a blessing out of this. The lesson you learned is part of succeeding next time. Now you won't fall for that next time. Now you know. I'm just going to use this one last deck here. And what I like to say about this deck is what needs to be said. How far are we in? Okay, we're 15 minutes in. That's okay. What needs to be said? Spirit. Anything in this deck that needs to be said? There we go. I'm sleepy. It's okay to take a rest. It's okay if this message isn't resonating for you. Like, I'm sleepy kind of makes me think of, like, I don't want to look at this right now. You're talking about awakening, and I'm still feeling, like, sleepy. I'm still feeling in this, you know? That's okay. Well, take what resonates with you. Take what you're ready for. Take what feels right within you and leave the rest. You know, if this pile doesn't feel like your message, then it isn't. You know, that's as simple as that. But also, you know, let people know that you need some rest while you go through this. It's been a tiring thing that you went through, and it's going to require some time to process through all the emotion. Every emotion has to be honored. And distracting yourself from the emotion keeps it perpetuating in your body, in your emotional body, and then as a physical ailment if you ignore it long enough. Every time you distract from an emotion, it's still there. And, you know, you may be poked, triggered, activated into playing it out, the emotion like coming out of you, you know, in an uncontrolled manner that kind of feels offensive or a bit much for yourself or others. That all just comes from distracting ourselves too long. So it's saying, you know, when you're ready, deal with this. You can deal with this. You will get something good out of this. If you're not ready yet, then it's not time to do it. Maybe this is something you're going to be moving into. Maybe this was the heads up to say, when you're ready to leave the past behind, this is what you're going to deal with. You're going to deal with looking at the reality of the situation you're in and having to walk away with the lesson instead of the low-level, uncomfortable feeling that you've been trying to not see and distract from. Okay? This is human nature. It's not like you're doing anything wrong. It's not like, you know, if you're watching this and it is something that you just haven't wanted to deal with yet and you're still not feeling like you want to deal with it, reach out, get some help. You know, there's someone that could help you. Let's see. And if you're the kind of person who can't ask for help because you've been, you know, part of this is just that we've been having power struggles as our way of relating. You know, it sometimes gets hard to ask for help, but, you know, this is going to require getting out of our comfort zone and seeing the reality of a situation, and there must be one person, and even if it's yourself, just journal to yourself. It's saying you're worth the risk that it's going to take to uproot your whole entire life and your whole entire way of relating. You're worth it. You can do it. You don't have to distract yourself. You have what it takes. Oh, Yeah, you're uncomfortable and scared of this because it's going to cause conflict, disagreements, competition, tension. It's going to expose diversity. So there's someone that's not going to like this. That is why you've been hesitant. Okay? You're just kind of feeling too tired for that fight right now. So you've just been going along, feeling low level, discomfort. This talks about painful endings, deep wounds, betrayal, loss. So, what can we do about this, Spirit? What can we do about this? Yeah, it's like all of this is kind of giving you burnout. It's like making you feel restless and you can't focus and you're impulsive, and it's like it's because this situation has become too heavy. When it's time to walk away, it gets so heavy that you can't manage it. It's because Spirit is trying to make it go away for you. You're holding back and acting reckless, and you are taking risks. So it's like maybe the risk you're taking is staying in it. Is that the risk you're worth? Is it worth that risk to stay in it just to avoid the conflict? Back to advice. I want an Archangel Michael. I want an Archangel Michael. Oh, that card got buried. But I saw it said, hold the vision. So know what you really want, If you know what you don't want, now you know what you do want. Hold the vision of it first, before you take the steps. Oh, that's what it was. There's something about staying in this situation and avoiding the conflict and all that. You've got a hidden benefit in this situation. The reason why you haven't taken the steps to let go of it is there's something that you're benefiting from keeping it. So maybe it's that good memories, this good time, the story that you're feeding yourself about what it really means. But this other thing that I'm talking about is in your subconscious. So maybe you hadn't been aware of it. Maybe you're just starting to question, is there something here that I'm not seeing? Spirit is saying yes. Spirit is saying the reason that you haven't let yourself see it is because there's something that you're benefiting from out of this situation, which overall is done. There is a benefit that you are, sometimes the benefit is avoiding having to feel it. As simple as that. So let's see what Archangel Michael has to say. He wants a little word with you. Archangel Michael's energy is so nice. The romance angels are helping you. So perhaps this is a romantic relationship that you're having to walk away from. And there's something better that's waiting for you. And again, more confirmation that this isn't something that you have to really worry about as much as you are. This isn't something that get caught up in your head about. You and your loved ones are safe. So as much as the fear has risen about the conflict that will happen, it's going to be okay. He's just like, cut through it and get it done. It's going to be okay. You are safe. It doesn't feel safe because it's out of your comfort zone. If you're a person that keeps, tight control of your life and does, certain things because you know the outcome of them, then this whole situation, that may be the hidden benefit. The hidden benefit is that you stay comfortable and in control. But is staying comfortable and in control within the confines of programming that came from childhood that isn't really serving you, is that really beneficial overall? You're worth the risk of taking the step out of that comfort zone. Yeah. And Spirit really wants you to know. And also understands that you may have to address it from a sideways kind of angle. Come at it from an angle that isn't typical. Don't do what you normally would do. Come at it at a different angle in a very compassionate way. And just address the reality of it. Okay. I'm going to call that complete. So, yes, best wishes to you. If you have anything to share about your experience or this of this reading, or in general about what you're going through, feel free to include that in the comments section. I thought I would kind of open up myself up to interacting with anybody who wanted to interact with regards to this. If you want to suggest a reading for next time, a topic, something that you'd like us to look at, I'm open to looking at that and taking some suggestions. Okay, and now I'm going to move on to pile number 2. Okay, just going to sort all these cards back out. Okay, pile number 2, or reading number 2. If you picked the purple pine cone, okay, there may be some advice to get into nature right now. Find the treasures in nature, the treasures that nature has for you. Maybe some rest, relaxation, some refreshing air, beautiful wildlife, scenery. Yeah, your connection to spirit, your vision of things, happening, your intuition and all that will be enhanced in nature as well. I'm saying that because this is a purple pine cone, and purple is that color of our third eye and our crown chakra are in the purples. Okay, so let's see what Spirit wants to tell us. What are we dealing with here, Spirit? You've got the power. So at first of all, it's just kind of letting you know, like, you have this. You're doing this. You have to believe it. You have to believe this. You have to believe that you can step out of the old way and into the new way. Spirit has every confidence in you. Also, easy does it. Take it easy. You don't have to try so hard. You already got this. Like, this is like a nice hike through nature, This is like, it's not like you gotta dig in your emotions. It's like, you've just gotta start living like you're already there. And maybe you are already living like you're already there. Maybe you are already spending a lot of time in nature. Maybe you've got the power. Maybe this is Spirit just saying, yeah, we see you. You're doing this. Well done. Well done. Yeah, it's time to enjoy all of your hard work. All the hard work that you did up to this point that got you to here, that you can just enjoy now. Alright. Any challenges, Spirit? Any challenges for this? Using the Archangel Michael deck. Okay. Got 3 cards. Pay attention to your dreams. So, as you're going along, basically the reason why you're getting into nature is because you've got this, you've done the work, and now, you're just going to be guided. You just got to listen for your guidance. And They're giving you some information in your dreams. So pay attention to those. A dream journal is always a good suggestion that I've enjoyed when others have suggested it to me when paying attention to your dreams comes up. You're on the right path. So more confirmation that yes, you've got this, you've done the work, you're doing great. Enjoy life and be in this new place, this new way of being on earth. Enjoying the fruits of your labor. And any of the fears that arise, you just let right go of them. There's no challenge here. Absolutely no challenge. You got this. They're just like doing it. Is there anything that needs to be said? Is there anything that needs to be said? Clean up, and you are my favorite. Okay, so I'll start with clean up. Clean up is like, whatever is left over now from the old life, just get rid of it. Just snip what you need to snip, throw away what you need to throw away, clean what you need to clean, and just be done, because you have done it. Maybe when you're going through the walk on the forest, now you have filled up your cup enough that you're going to, pick up any garbage you see on the path and kind of just give back from your overflowing cup now that you've filled your cup up. And spend time being in gratitude. You are my favorite is like, I appreciate you. I am grateful for you. And so anywhere that you can be grateful is just going to enhance and keep you flowing in this great state that you have achieved, because I know you worked hard for it. Enjoy, relax. Oh. What a pleasure. Oh yeah, I was just going to get one of these. Tenth house flipped, so 10th house, your career. No, this is showing me that they want you to be a shining example. 10th house is also how other people see you. It's your reputation, your public standing. So, shine your light. Be the lighthouse for others. Show others that this is possible. Show them your peaceful ways. Show them how you are doing this. Not by telling them what to do, because everyone has a unique journey and none are less or wrong or anything like that, but it does help when we can see somebody else succeeding, when we can see what somebody else is doing and go, oh, that is possible. So it's just saying, let this be known. Let it be known that you worked hard and you got here. And you will be recognized. You probably don't have to even do much. Easy does it. Like, you don't have to do much and people will notice this. You'll be recognized for this. And that's not a bad thing. Oh, okay, so I'm going to call that complete. Well done. Really happy for you for where you are in your journey. I'm sure that it's very pleasant and enjoyable, and thank you. Thank you for doing the work. Thank you for being who you are and shining your light. Okay. Now, pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3, we have the crown chakra candle. Okay, so this candle, I would say, well, obviously the crown chakra is where you're going to get your messages from spirit, your connection to spirit. And so I would say that connection is quite strong and growing and has the potential to expand even more. And know this because this candle is not lit yet. As we light this candle, it will even enhance that energy. Perhaps, so what came to mind also was perhaps lighting a candle in honor of your ancestors. If that sounds something that would be beneficial in your life, please take the time to do that. I heard that message for somebody. To light candles for your ancestors. And this is to honor your ancestors, to be grateful for the lessons and blessings that they passed on to you. Okay, so what is going on here, Spirit? What's the message here? Okay, so there's like something really great waiting to come in here. And you haven't been hearing your spirit guides. So I've got like this Miracles and Fool card in reverse. So this means maybe you haven't been willing to take a chance on something new that's out of your comfort zone. And that is the thing that your guides maybe have been trying to tell you to do. It's just failure to communicate. So you maybe haven't been hearing that guidance quite clearly. And they're trying to guide you through something that's been upsetting you, something that feels like a problem. You might even be so worried about it that you would have nightmares, worry, guilt. Something may have to be communicated about, in order to clear that. But plan for it. You can, while you're not hearing your guidance, it's okay. Don't worry. Just be planning, just be getting ready. Just be knowing there's going to be some changes in your life. We'll see what else Spirit has to say about this, okay? I'm going to switch decks here. Let's get some more information on our miracles first, okay? What kind of new adventure is this person being urged to take a chance in? It's something that would help you heal. It's like something wants to be healed, but maybe you don't believe that it can be. Have you resigned yourself to be in an illness or sickness or a certain way of feeling that you don't think you can get out of? I've seen people say, I've seen people resign, people who are suicidal or people who had PTSD to say, or narcissism, to say it cannot be healed. And I would say that that's not true. In my own experience, I can tell you that's not true, and Spirit would also say that's not true. But it may not be something like that, it may be something, much less, but it's something you may have accepted as part of your experience and think that it can't be healed. But Spirit is saying it can. Okay, so this may be why you're not hearing the message. It's like they're trying to give you advice on how to heal it, but you think it can't be healed, so you're not listening to that. Okay, failure to communicate. What is this about? Anything on this feeling guilty and the nightmares and the problems? Please give us more information on feeling guilty. What needs to be communicated? It says holiday and easy does it. So it's like double slow down. Double take a moment to relax. Don't think about it. Take a break from thinking about it. Whatever you've been worrying about, you're too focused on what you don't want. You're too focused on the worry and the guilt and the whatever it may be. You're too focused on the problem right now, and you need to walk away from it completely. Go do something else, anything else, okay? Planning and preparation. What are we planning and preparing for? Let's see. Summer, okay. Since we're near the end of summer here, it's like, are there practical things you can do? Are there things in the yard that need to be put away for the fall, or summer pool items that have to be packed up now. Like, get prepared in these kind of practical ways to get your mind off of this thing that you're worried about. Let me get some more on that, though. Planning and preparation. Is there anything more on planning and preparation? Oh, is there somebody's birthday you can be thinking about? Is there a birthday that you can focus on? Is it your birthday? Is there a party you can plan? A holiday? Yeah. You gotta have some fun. Yep. Stop worrying about this. Because the answer's there, and it's waiting to come to you. And once your mind is off of it, off of the direction of the worry, of the problem, it's going to come to you. Because you are connected. You are connected. It's just that this particular thing you have not felt like the answer, you've not felt like there was a solution. So you had blocked it, and the worry has blocked it. And now, when you take your mind off it, okay, anything else to consider here through the Archangel Michael deck? Is there anything else here we need to take into consideration on this? Okay. Keep your eyes on your targeted intention. So you've been putting a lot of focus on what you don't want, and now it's inviting you to think about what you would prefer. You know, your full health in this situation, the solution, fun, enjoyment, a holiday, taking it easy. Focus on those things. Okay, and I'm going to come over to this deck. Anything else that can help this person with their taking it easy, with their planning and preparation? This is fun, right? It's uncomfortable. That's why you're worried. You're uncomfortable. Perhaps it's a physical ailment that you are suffering, and it is very uncomfortable. And you've been under the illusion that it can't be healed, and that's part of your discomfort. It's like you've been in a prison. And Pisces energy is like the spiritual energy. It's like you are on the precipice of miracles here. You can take control of this energy and kind of just like push it into the other direction. Because the energy exists on both sides of the pendulum, and you've been on this one side thinking that it couldn't get better, but there's let the pendulum swing. Okay? Healing is sometimes uncomfortable. You may have to go through pain in order to heal this. It may be uncomfortable, but that does not mean that it cannot be healed. And the reason I say that is because, the way to heal things is sometimes to go through the pain, go through the thing we've not wanted to feel and heal. But that's not exactly what they're saying to you right now. They're just trying to validate that they know you're in pain. So they know that what they're asking you to do is hard. Okay? And if you have faith, that's going to be helpful right now. Anything spiritual, like faith, that you have access to will help. Get a hold of your faith. Know that there's something else that you don't know about yet. There's a solution that you don't know about yet. And so all you're trying to do is get in the space where you can access that. And because there's so much worry around that issue, you have to just stop thinking about that issue, which they are acknowledging that it's hard. So this is a hard thing that you have to traverse right now. And another card saying, hold your vision. So just keep your eye on your targeted intention. They're just kind of driving that home. If you want health, imagine perfect health. If you want a solution, imagine there is a solution. But do this while you're having fun. Do this while you're kind of not really pushing yourself. This is kind of an easy thing, right? It's like ease into the direction that you prefer, and you may not be able to take steps in the direct direction that you prefer on this item, so take your mind right off of it in that case. Focus on something else And then when you're in the high vibration of having fun and celebrating, then you can maybe switch your focus to hold the vision of what you prefer on that issue. But you can't get there from here, like, kind of thing. So they're just kind of showing you how you can maneuver this energy, okay? They're saying there is a solution. I think these cards are really good for kind of dealing with health things. So I'm going to just see if there's one more card here. Oh, 2 came right out. Laughter and letting go. Okay, so don't let go of that worry. Spend some time with friends. Spend some time celebrating. Spend some time planning a party. An end of summer party, perhaps, you know? If there's someone's birthday, celebrate a birth. Celebrate your own rebirth. Clean up the yard. Like, just anything to not let this be your main worry or even on your mind. And I'll just get one more card for you. From the What Needs to Be Said. From the What Needs to Be Said deck. Try again. So maybe you have tried before to heal this. That's why you think it can't be healed. And they're just saying, you can try again. But do it this way. Don't go directly at it. Get some guidance first. It's going to be like, you'll know when you get it, you know? It's like I hesitate to go in and try to get the answer for you because they're really trying to teach you to trust yourself too. They're really trying to teach you a method to traverse a lot of things. Like, it won't just be this thing that you may have to handle it this way. There may be other things that, you know, you're going to come across and you're going to wonder, what can I do? And Spirit wants you to stand on your own and know that you have the power to do this. Like, you are going to make this happen. You are going to put yourself in the place that you need to be to hear the answer that you need, and then you're going to know that that works, and then you're going to be able to apply that for anything that you are stuck on. Okay? Oh, that's very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, one more. It's the top, and it's spinning. I don't know if you can see, but there's motion marks on that card. They're like over here, I think. So this top is spinning. So that card would just mean, like, the tables are about to turn. Yeah. The tables are about to turn. You know, this Fool energy, it says miracles at the bottom. But the Fool energy is being in balance, being in that space where you could hear your advice, and maybe taking a brand new approach to something that you have never thought to do it that way before. The Fool is willing to go where no one has gone before. The Fool is willing to say things people haven't said before. The Fool is willing to take a chance because nothing's telling him he can't do it. And that's available to you in this situation. Okay? So wait for that inspired advice from Spirit. And don't think about this issue again until you're in a place where you can keep your eye on that targeted intention. And you got this. So I'm going to call that complete. And I want to send you my best wishes and knowings that you have this, that you can do this. And if you need further help, don't hesitate to ask for help. If you need medical help, don't hesitate to get medical help, okay? If you need mental health help, don't hesitate to get mental health help. If it makes you feel disempowered to hear Spirit telling you that you can do this by yourself, don't do this by yourself. Reach out. Get help, okay? If this message does not resonate with you and feels bad in any way, it's not meant for you, okay? Okay. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And feel free to comment or give me any ideas on things that you would like me to do readings about in the future. Let me know if this resonated with you, if you care to, in the comments section. And thank you for watching.